America is deeply divided. There are only two sides to every issue, and there is no interest in finding common ground, not even with members of your own family. But as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon, there has never been a more important time to have the necessary conversation. Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. I'm Chad Kultgen. With me is my sister, Haley Pope. We are both left-leaning, not quite Democrats, I guess. I don't know what you consider yourself. I don't consider myself a Democrat. And my mom and dad, who are both, I don't even think they consider themselves Republicans. They are simply Majah. They are followers of the god, Donald Trump.
Okay.
Yes?
It's MAGA, you know this, and you say it that way just to get under my skin.
Mm.
And we are not one of the
Majah.
worst. We are not one of the worst. We are like
I didn't say the worst.
in the middle of the road.
But you don't
There are
consider
some-
yourselves Republicans.
Yes. Why
No,
not?
because there's a division. You guys always talk about rhinos, right?
Right.
And you don't consider. Okay, so you're the true Republicans.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. And everybody else, like Mitt Romney, is not an actual Republican.
No.
Okay, so there you have it. That's who we are. And every week, of course, we discuss the big political issues of the day and big social issues of the day. Before we start getting into that, Mom, Dad, do you have rants? Haley, do you have a rant? Sometimes people have rants here.
If you ever rant, you need to get over here. He's coming.
Okay.
I've got one. I can do mine kind of quick as he
Mine
comes up.
takes 10 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay, here comes his, then I'll do mine.
My
All right.
rant's the same as it always is.
Okay.
We are infested with big, fat, black DEI transplants in this country. And if they've proven nothing, these three fat black people have proved nothing that DEI will dilute the quality of the United States of America.
Okay.
In your mind, is a fat black person worse than a fat white person?
No, but these all three happen to be fat black persons.
Okay, what would you consider Donald Trump?
Well, he's not. He's fat white,
He's not fat.
but he's not DEI. He didn't get where he
You're
is
yelling.
because he's white.
Don't yell, please.
Okay. Mom, you said you had a rant as well?
Jeez. I dropped the iPad. Just a minute.
Okay.
Biden is worst president in the history of the United States ever. He is the worst president we have ever had. And then this is just kind of a funny little thing. Fanny, Fanny, Bo Fanny, banana, banana, fo Fanny, Fanny, liar, Fanny, 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 Fanny,
It's
Bo
fat
Fanny,
Fanny.
Bo Benny, banana,
Black
banana, fo
fat
Fanny.
Fanny.
B5 fo Fanny, you lied. 10,000 text, didn't have any. Never knew him before. Yeah, lie. We'll see where this goes.
That goes along with being
Did you
black.
just make that up on the spot?
Yes. Why not?
Oh my god. I thought you saw some TikTok video or something that you were replicating, but then very quickly I was like,
No,
wait a
I
minute,
made
there's
it
no.
It's a long time ago. Like, well, you could do rhymes like that, like banana, banana,
Yeah,
bo
now those
banana,
rhymes are outlawed, right?
Fanny, Fanny, Bo Benny.
Wokeness has taken them
Bonnie.
away. Can't rhyme like that now because of wokeness.
And she lied. She is so
Okay.
caught red-handed.
Typical DEI fat
Uh-huh.
black woman.
She's
All
caught. But the sad part, see, I'm not going to talk much this episode because I'm just
Anybody gonna
depressed. What?
What?
anybody gonna go see Dune?
Seen it.
You saw the second one?
Yeah.
Was it
She's talking
good?
about something
Yeah, I
completely
liked it a lot.
Okay.
But let's stay on topics here that are political. But before we begin, we always
different. No
start
shit.
every show with a question from a listener. If you want to submit your questions, please send a 1 minute or shorter audio clip to the necessary conversation pod at gmail.com. I listen to literally all of them and I pick the best ones to play here. Today, our question comes to us from Los Angeles, California. It comes from me. My question is
Oh, God.
to all of us.
God.
Mom and I were kind of floating the idea around of potentially having guests on this podcast.
I want to ask each of you, because we have to have unanimous consensus on this to do it, in my opinion. Would you want to have a person come on this podcast from outside of our family? In my mind, I don't know how successful I'd be in doing this. I would try to get some kind of like lower level state politicians at first that are in like Oklahoma state legislature, something like that. Try to get somebody to come on to talk to us about these things. That's what I would start with. It may not be that. It might just be like whoever wants to come on, like random listeners. Mom, you were floating the idea of a listener that likes you to come on. How would you feel about this?
Why would you start with Oklahoma people?
Because that's where you live.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the reason this popped up, my rule number 1 from Chad, he said I can't talk to people online.
I never said that. I just said take it. That's like under your own advisement, that it can be kind of it can be a lot. Let's just say.
Yeah, well, I see everything everybody says. And one particular person I have communicated with, and very nice, and that's probably the one I would pick. But there are some, I guess I'm just going to tell people, I control the Instagram account. Chad gives me stuff to put on there. There's someone so stupid that they texted me and said, your parents, Chad, are mentally or some are mentally abused or something.
That's coming from some right left wing fool.
They start bashing us to you, Chad.
And we're smarter than all of them combined.
Okay. And they don't even know that I'm the one in charge of that account, but that's no big deal, whatever. But I've talked to a couple, yeah. Whether it's good or bad, yeah, I talked to a few. Why not?
So you're for it, having other guests on?
I'm
bring
yes.
on.
Dad said bring him.
Yeah.
Haley?
Give me some DEI fat black people.
Oh my God.
We'll go toe to toe.
Sorry, Haley, what'd you say?
Sure.
Okay, so there you have it. We are now soliciting open the same email, necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com. If you want to come on the show, hit me up with an email, and you will be obligated to stay for as long or as little as you like. You don't have to stay for the whole podcast. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
1 minute.
But at least through one topic is probably what I would think. And if you want to stay for the whole thing, that's fine too. Like I said, I'm going to try reaching out to, and I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try reaching out to like some state politician type people, maybe some mayoral candidates or something like this. Somebody who will just go on anything, basically. What's that?
Ted Cruz, Greg Abbott.
I don't think I'm going to get any of those people just yet. Because
you
I
try to
believe
get
my name, you'll get them.
You could try to do the guy that's running for re-election, mayor of Flower Mound.
Okay.
He'd probably do it.
Send me his info if you have it, just like his website or whatever, or any kind of contact info.
Why are mayors such a big deal?
Because they're political. I want is somebody who has like political stake in whatever game they're in, be it city politics, state politics, federal politics, to come on and talk to us about political events. I think that would be pretty interesting.
But they will only be one-sided, whether they're Republican or Democrat.
That's right. That's why I was saying Oklahoma too, that we could get some Republican legislators or whatever. I have no problem getting people from both sides.
Get Shannon.
Shannon.
Yeah.
I'll look up Shannon. All right.
I don't even know
his last name is Shannon.
Okay.
Okay.
He was the Speaker of the House in the Oklahoma Senate.
Oh, the wrestler? The wrestler?
No. He was Speaker of the House for the Oklahoma House of Representatives. He's not now, but he is. He's black. He's skinny, and he's not DEI.
Okay. Let's move on to our first topic, shall we?
TJ
Right.
Shannon.
So there you have it. Submit your questions or your application to be on our show.
Wait,
to the necessary conversation pod@gmail.com.
TJ Shannon will do it.
Okay. When they have to apply to be on the show, do they have to tell you what is their outstanding traits and why they need to be on the show? Or is this, I just want to be on the show?
I think I just want to be on the show. I don't want to know too much about whoever is sending me the stuff,
Okay.
I think just hit me up with a location, where you live.
TJ Shannon, Oklahoma.
Okay, let's check.
Hit me up with where you live, what if you went to college or whatever or didn't, where you graduated from, and what is that
what
Yeah,
their age is.
and what your major was in college. I think that's all I want to know. And we'll take it from there. All right. Now
Okay.
let's move on.
Hold it. I'm gonna.
Our first topic today is Kevin Monahan sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Last April, 65-year-old Kevin Monahan fired 2 shots from his front porch when a car pulled into his driveway while looking for a friend's house in the neighborhood.
That's Trump's thumb smashing down on Nikki Haley.
One of the
Okay.
shots, my dad is just putting his thumb over the camera. One of the shots struck and killed a 20-year-old woman named Kaylin Gillis. Monahan was found guilty of second-degree murder last year. This Friday, Monahan was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison and admonished by Washington County Judge Adam Michelini, who said, quote, "It's obvious to me that you feel justified. You don't take any responsibility for the outcome of your actions. You just don't get it. The first thing you do on the witness stand when you come up here and testify is you made a joke to the jury about them finally being able to see your face. You senselessly took the life of Kaylin Gillis, and you have the gall to sit here and talk about how you plan to finish up the work on your house and race motocross in the future. You don't deserve that. What would make you think that you deserve those things? Any remorse you have isn't for the harm you've caused. The only regret you have is that you're finally facing the consequences for your actions. You murdered Kaylin Gillis. You shot a car full of people, and you didn't care what would happen, and you repeatedly lied about it. You deserve to spend the maximum time in prison allowable under our law, and I don't make this decision because it's easy. I make it because it's what's deserved. I make it because it's what's just." At trial, Monahan testified he felt like he and his wife were, quote, under siege that day, and that he only wanted to protect his wife. He testified that he told his wife to hide in their closet, and he loaded his 20-gauge pump-action shotgun before going outside and murdering Kaylin Gillis. So, my question is this. Haley, is this penalty too harsh, or is justice served here?
Finally, I feel like justice has been served. He deserves to fucking rot in prison. He murdered. How old was she? Like
20.
a teenager, young 20s? Yeah.
20.
He deserves to fucking rot. He literally stole her whole life.
Mom?
Why did he shoot her?
Because she pulled into his driveway.
Oh gosh, I
Look.
don't.
With a carload of people.
Did she have a gun?
No.
No.
Doesn't matter.
They were looking for an address to go to like
Trespassing.
somebody's house for something. Pulled into the driveway to like check the fucking GPS, and he came out and unloaded.
Good job.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Dad?
You can't do that.
Yes, 100%. And it's
Wait,
whatever
You
he
feel that
did-
it was the penalty's too harsh or justice served?
No, penalty's fine.
Okay.
And he got rid of the problem.
Why?
So you're willing to take that. You're standing up
wasn't,
for your
though.
rights. You're defending your property and your wife. And
Yeah.
if you got to go to jail for the rest of your life, it's worth every fucking minute.
Now, do you believe that he was justified in the lies that he told on the
I
stand?
don't know about the story, so I don't know.
He basically said that when he came out, he fired a warning shot, and then there were some nails in his porch stairs that made him trip and stumble, and that the second shot that killed her was an accident.
Oh.
Apparently,
I don't
both of
believe
those
that.
things were lies.
When you load your gun, you go outside, you mean to kill somebody.
Okay.
And I'd have done the same fucking thing for the same penalty.
Okay. Mom, this
But-
question is to you. You and
Okay.
Dad you talk a lot about our country being under siege, from the Chinese, from the immigrants, from whoever.
And we are.
Wokeness, right?
What part
Okay.
of reality do you not see?
Well, I'm going to ask you the same question. In this hearing, Monahan used the phrase under siege. He felt that his wife and him
That's right.
were under siege by a
At his own
20-year-old
house.
I can't hear.
girl and her boyfriend who
Right.
happened to just pull into their driveway. They were not under siege,
Yeah,
but
they
they
were.
felt that they were. Why
Right.
do you think they felt under siege?
Because when you pull into my driveway with a carload of people I don't know from here to Sikkim, and what I've seen going on in the United States of America with the fact that we are under siege, there's a 50-50 chance that those are Venezuelans coming to kill me. And I'm going to shoot first.
A 50-50 chance.
50-50 chance.
How do you arrive at that number?
It's just pot luck. It's coin flip. They're
I
either
understand what 50-50 means,
They're
but-
either illegal immigrants or they're not. That's 50-50.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And there are only 10 million of them in the United States. So there's a good chance 50-50 is a nice number for me.
But
And I'll tell you right,
Yeah.
if I had to go to prison for my life and somebody pulled into my driveway while I'm waiting to go, I'll do it again.
what if you simply did not do that, and then 2 minutes later they pull out and drive away, and no one has to die? Wouldn't that be a better outcome?
Then I'd go, whew, got lucky there. But I
Okay.
wouldn't wait for that.
I
I'm
see.
going to unload on their fucking ass, except I'm not going to use a shotgun. Mine are going to be bullets. And there'll be more than one of them dead.
Okay.
My goal would be to kill everybody in the car.
Right. Haley, why do you think this guy used that phrase "under siege"? Why do you think he felt that he was under siege?
For the same reason that mom and dad do. They continuously are fed Newsmax and everything else that
Yeah.
the media knows these people want to consume. And so they are
Trump.
fed that shit and live in a constant state of fucking irrational fear.
It's not fear. It's rage. See, that's
Anger
where
and fear
you
are the
two-
same
that's
thing.
where you
That's where
two-
you
that's where
don't. That's where
two-
you don't.
No, you don't understand.
That's where you don't.
I'm not afraid of you motherfuckers. I'm enraged by you.
Right.
Okay.
Anger and fear are two sides of the same coin. You fear
Oh, I
something, and so
see.
you react to it
And your
defensively with anger.
psychology degree comes up with that answer?
Psychology
No.
degree. It's
Yeah,
planet
your
Earth.
fear and rage are the same thing. No, they're
Yes.
not. They are
Okay.
not.
Hang on. I'm gonna Google something.
Oh, here
I'm gonna
See,
put are
to
fear
me,
and anger related? Fear and anger. This is the first thing that comes up. Mentalhealthcenter.org. Fear and anger are closely linked emotions that can often be confused with each other. This is because they both involve high arousal and can be triggered by similar situations. In many cases, it can translate
but they're
into
not the
anger
same
when the
thing.
individual feels the need to defend themselves against a perceived threat
Please.
or fear of that threat. So
You
everything
did
I've said is
not-
true.
You did
Everything
not.
you've said is not.
You have not read one word that says they're the same thing. So blow it out.
Fear
your
and
ass.
anger are closely linked emotions.
And
Two
you're
sides of the
getting it
same
from
coin is what I
where?
said.
Oh, woke Google.
Alexa,
Woke
are fear
Google.
and anger the
Jesus
same
fucking
thing?
Christ.
yes, they are.
Have you stopped using Google?
Wait a minute. No, I use Google.
I don't use it.
Some similarities, but they are also distinctly different from each other.
There are some similarities, she said, but distinctly different.
There
Okay.
you go.
All right. Let me ask
Right from your
you,
woke Google.
Mom, let me ask you, why do you think this guy felt that he was under siege from a 20-year-old girl and her friends?
Because there's carload of people he doesn't know pulling into his fucking driveway. He doesn't know why they're there.
The question was
He
mine.
just knows it's my fucking driveway and get your fucking ass out of here.
I don't know. I would say if I was down in my yard and like right there with them, they got out of the car, they were coming at me, then I would be in fear.
None of
But
that happened. They
But
were
they
sitting in their
didn't.
car looking at their cell
That's
phones.
what I'm saying. That would be justification.
50-50 chance that they would do that.
All
That
of
would be
this-
just
A rational fucking person, if they saw what was happening, like, oh, these kids are looking at their fucking phone in the car, a rational mind would dismiss that as like they must be lost or looking for where
Well,
they
you
need
know
to
what
go.
you need to get a grip on? We're no longer in a rational world. Not on either
No shit.
side.
not
You
anymore.
I
pushed
agree.
us over the fucking cliff and we're going to fight back. And you know what I've been trying to tell you for a long time and you still don't get it.
Yeah,
Donald
please.
Trump will be the next president of the United States, either by vote or by force.
Okay.
You got your choice.
Well, I mean, we'll see about all of that. A poll just came out this week that has him 4 points over Biden in just a straight, like, who will you vote for poll.
Yeah, fuck, he'll blow Biden out of the water.
I agree. I just think Biden has no chance at this point. Every day he looks more and more like a corpse.
Well, he is
I
a
tend to
corpse.
agree with you that Trump will probably win. But let's move on to our next subject. The Israeli army murdered over 100 civilians. Last Thursday, members of the Israeli army shot and killed 115 Palestinian civilians as they were trying to get
You're
food from an
nuts
aid
today.
delivery convoy, prompting the EU Foreign Affairs Chief Josep Borrell to call for an international probe of the incident. Several EU leaders have condemned the killings. European Council President Charles Michel and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called for an international investigation without explicitly accusing Israel of being responsible. Like Borrell, French President Emmanuel Macron blamed the Israeli army for the incident. Following the incident, the U.S. decided on Friday to airdrop humanitarian aid into Gaza. On Saturday, U.S. military C-130 cargo planes delivered 66 bundles containing about 38,000 meals into the enclave, according to U.S. officials cited by the Associated Press. Talks toward a truce in the Gaza Strip are due to resume in Cairo today as we record this on Sunday, which has been reported in the Israeli news. And Israel said it would not send a delegation until it gets a full list of Israeli hostages still alive. So, where'd Dad go? He's just not here? He left?
He's here. He just
Okay.
took a few steps to the side. He's here.
Okay. I want to ask Dad the question first
He
because
didn't want to fight with me, he said, so he left. He's about three. Go ahead and ask
all
him.
right,
He
Dad
can
has
hear.
been the most ardent supporter of Palestinian genocide. So I'm just going to ask him this question first, then we'll take it around. Do you think it's okay for any army to just shoot in cold blood civilians who are trying to get aid while they are trying to get it?
Yes.
He said yes.
And why is that? How do you
And why?
support that stance?
Because anybody who's Palestinian,
Here I come.
anybody who's a Palestinian is a deadly enemy to Israel, and they should take them out any way they can until they're all exterminated.
Now, do you believe it's a war crime?
No,
Okay. Killing civilians in cold blood who are trying to get aid, you do not think is a war
absolutely
crime?
not a war crime. They're in the fucking way. They've been told to get their fucking ass out of there for
Told
months.
to get their ass out of
years.
there.
Yeah.
Aid convoys are showing up to help them.
Yeah.
They
How
are-
about jumping in the fucking river?
Okay.
Go. I'm done.
All right, Mom, do you think it's okay to gun down civilians who are trying to get aid?
I think this war is terrible. I hate everything about it. I hate that people are being killed. No, I don't think that's right. But, you know, how did we get into this war? Just Joe Biden's worst president in the history of the United States.
Out of
Hello.
all those civilians, 90% of them hate Israel.
Yeah, 90% of them probably hate Israel. Israel hates them.
They deserve to die.
It's war. There will be collateral damage. Everyone knows that. But
Mm.
killing people that are innocent, no.
Hey,
But
it was
but
it was okay for
Hello?
Hamas shot up all those people at the country.
yeah, Hamas. It was okay
Yeah,
for them just to
that's
go
fine.
in. Innocent
No, it was not
people.
okay for them to
while
do
they
that.
were
No one is
dancing.
arguing that that was okay. No one has
Yeah,
ever
they
said
Right.
that.
are. Yes, they are arguing that.
I think war's
Who's
terrible
arguing
on
that?
both sides. Never should have started. If Donald Trump was our president, this fucking war never would have started. That's what
Well,
Kitty
I
Cat
mean,
does.
ifs and buts and all that shit. Like
Uh-huh.
you can't go back in time and say if he was this, blah 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 blah. What is very
There's
likely?
no way to protect those innocent people. How, Chad, would you or Haley protect them? How would you protect them?
If
There's
I'm
no way.
who am I? What powers do I have? Am I
Whatever
Netanyahu?
you want.
It's your
Who
I
am
would
I?
Would
I
it-
would end all of it now if I had that
That-
power.
Right. And so would Donald Trump. So he says.
So he says. I mean, I
Give it
think
to
this
him.
this will probably be over by the time he is sworn in,
I
but
got it.
I don't think he's going to inherit this war. The one in Ukraine, more likely, and then I don't know what he's going to do. I would imagine cut all support to Ukraine, allowing Vladimir Putin, his buddy, to take over, and then I mean, if Trump
Well,
is elected, which I believe he will be, I think it is a matter of about 1 year until the United States is very closely aligned with Iran, Russia, and North Korea, and that becomes the new world order, in my opinion.
huh. Interesting. I don't know. I just
Iran's
if Biden
gonna go bye-bye.
if Biden stays our president, the country that we know it is no longer here. It's gone.
I
It's
feel
gone.
the same about Trump. I think either way,
Mhm.
That's so weird.
I think
That
America's
is so
over. We
weird.
are living in the last days of it. How is
That
it
is so
weird?
weird that
Trump
you
has
would think
openly said he wants to be a
that.
dictator. That's the end of democracy.
For 1 day.
Okay, let's put it in perspective with economy. Dad and I,
okay.
we go to Sonic. If we get like each of us get a meal and a drink, it used to be like what, $14? I went the other day. I got us both a meal, no drinks, $26. Now that's Bidenomics or whatever they call it. It's bullshit.
Okay. But you're willing to, in order to get your Sonic prices back down, you're willing to give up literally democracy and have a dictator
No.
rule over us?
Oh God, Chad.
We're not going to give up democracy with Trump. We're going to give it up with Biden.
We're gonna get it back with Trump.
I don't think we
Well-
give up democracy with Biden. We simply have a man who is
We
essentially
already
dead
have to,
as the
idiot.
figurehead of this machine.
What
But-
I want to is, I think this is another topic, but I want my border secure.
We're going to
in
get to that.
that-
It is another
Okay.
topic.
Okay.
We will get to that.
I don't think I've ever been this terrified of like living in this country in my entire life.
And why is that?
And why? Yeah.
Because Joe Biden.
No, it's like it's the prospect of Donald Trump like literally just taking over. The Supreme
my
Court is already
God.
He hasn't had a
fucking
single district.
everyone over. And so once he's president, like everything is
tell her
fucking
that.
over.
I
Okay.
agree. I mean, they're
Wait a
about to
minute.
make a ruling on whether or not he has like basic immunity in every legal case.
Right.
You didn't feel this way 3.5 years ago when Trump was president.
Absolutely did. Every day of Donald Trump's presidency, I was up till 3 a.m. rewatching the same news programs to just be like, when are
Oh.
they going to get this fucking guy out of here? Because
why.
Well,
incrementally,
that's why I feel that the way that I feel now,
Yeah.
because everything that was set in stone then is not. This is just echoes of what was set into place in 2016.
yeah.
The
And
Supreme
now the
Court
system,
overturning Roe v. Wade. Now they're coming for IVF. Then it's going to be birth control. Then women
They're
can't
carrying
own
water
shit.
for
Like
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
gay marriage
Oh.
is going to be fucking overturned. Like it's just one
Aliens
after the
carry
next, and it
water from
affects.
Barack Obama.
It affects me on like every fucking level, and I have children and daughters, and I
Mhm.
feel like if I could fucking move to Spain tomorrow, I would.
Go
and,
for
and
it.
really the
Go
final
for it.
nail in the coffin of all
Nothing
this,
holding your ass back here, Haley. Go for it.
the final nail in the coffin of all this, in my opinion, is what you have in Russia, where yes, they have elections, but he murders his opposition and Putin wins every election by like 90%. It's clearly fixed. I think you'll have that with Trump almost immediately. And then I think he's going to get the Supreme Court to say like 2 terms. No, you can do 3. Let me ask you this. If Donald Trump,
Oh my God.
if Donald Trump, just let me ask you a question. Let's say Donald Trump gets elected. I believe that's likely. Let's say that he becomes the next president again. That will be his second term. If at the end of that second term, he tries to get a third term, he tries to get the Supreme Court to amend the Constitution, all this shit, would you then start to think, well, shit, maybe this isn't good? Or would you be like, no, he should have a third term?
You're just making shit up, Chad.
I'm asking
Why would
you
you
theoretically.
think he would do that?
Because he has said he wants to be a dictator. This is exactly what Putin
Oh,
did.
One day.
For one day. For one day
also
to get
said he
rid of those
wants to
people that
turn
did this
this-
shit to him.
He also said he wants for this to be a Christian nationalist country.
Yeah,
What's
like-
wrong with God, Haley? There's nothing wrong with people believing in God.
Have you ever heard of separation between church and state?
There's nothing wrong with people that believe in God or Christians.
So
People
what
who believe in
happens when you
God-
don't believe in God and you get fucking
You're
put
fucked.
to death for it or fired for it? What
You're
then?
fucked.
Is that okay?
Religion
Yes.
shouldn't be a part of where you work.
Right. But in
You're
a Christian
right, but
nationalist
in a Christian
country, it will be.
nationalist country,
It'll be a part of
yeah.
everything.
your
You know-
schools, your workplace,
You guys, now
fucking
see, that
everywhere.
scares you because you guys don't believe in God. You believe in the devil.
And neither does like 50% of the fucking country.
And that's what's wrong with our fucking country. No morals. No 2 parents anymore. That's
So
what's
you
wrong
think
with our
that Chad
country.
and you think that Chad and I are immoral?
That Chad knew what?
Are immoral because we don't believe in Jesus?
Well,
Does that make
It
us
hurt-
bad people?
it hurts my heart that you don't think there's a God. It does.
I'll tell
you
you
were
what I
raised
think.
that way.
I'll tell you what I think. Maybe this will sway you a little bit. I don't believe in any of the human gods, but I do think that there is some basic underpinning to this reality that is based in some way on human consciousness. That may lead to some version of an afterlife. It may lead to some kind of larger consciousness. If you want to call it a god, call it that. I don't think it is that, but whatever. I don't believe that there's nothing beyond this mortal coil. I think there probably
Yes,
is
because
something.
because you want your head frozen. You have to believe there's something else.
No, head frozen is actually, I believe there's nothing else. And please bring me back to the mortal coil if you can after I die. But I'm
Oh,
simply saying
God.
that I don't, whatever, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is if Trump turns into a Christian nationalist country, that's the end of America as we have ever known it.
It will never, there's always going to be different religions. There's always going to be
Yeah.
different beliefs. That's what USA was founded on. From the immigrants that came into our country, the correct way.
Mhm.
It's always been that way. Different religions,
But
different faiths.
under Donald
There's
Trump's
nothing
world,
wrong
that
with
will
that.
be punishable.
No, it will not. You're making this shit up. Now who's running scared? You're making shit up that will never happen.
All right. Back to the Israeli conflict.
There you go.
Do you think Israel Mom is ever going to be held accountable for any of this in the future?
No.
Probably not. It's a war that never should have started. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. Haley, do you
Never
think they will be
should've
held
started.
accountable?
No. Have they ever been held accountable? I mean, it's been raging for how many decades now? Like, no.
All right.
What?
Dad,
Why
is he still
now?
there?
Will they be held accountable, Bob?
No.
No, he said no.
All right.
That's
Well-
the
They
world
should
we
be.
live in right now. You can do bad and nothing happens.
I'm
You can
about to
go
literally
into
have that in the
stores,
Supreme
rape,
Court with Donald
pillage,
Trump.
whatever. You
Exactly.
can make up
Right.
That's
lies.
Donald Trump. Donald
Nothing
Trump
That is
happens.
Donald
raped.
Trump.
He raped and got away with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We've gotten heated up with Simmer Down with a very interesting question. It was something I found myself thinking about. I want to know, all four of us, what drugs have you done? Mom.
I've done prescriptions drugs that have been prescribed by a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He
Such
gave
as?
me my he told me to go get my card to try edibles,
Mm-hmm.
which I did. It knocked me out. I never did them again. And then drops I tried.
So
and
you've
every
done
time Haley
marijuana,
comes to Oklahoma, she wants me to get her stuff.
right? Marijuana, alcohol, I assume.
I have drank alcohol. I don't a lot.
And what are the prescription stuff? Pain meds, opioids.
What, from a doctor?
Yeah.
Regular medicine like Z-Packs,
Any
antibiotics.
opioids? Any opioids ever?
Oxy? Any oxy?
Not
For like a surgery?
pain medicine maybe once when I had a hysterectomy.
All right. No hallucinogenics.
Not that I know of.
Would you ever do one?
For what?
Fun.
No, I don't do stuff for fun. I do it if the doctor has given me a script and I'm in pain.
Okay, I'll prescribe you some mushrooms, maybe.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I
Dad-
know you guys do. I know you do marijuana. And you know what's funny, Chad?
You do
Yeah.
it.
You had cancer. We know you did. You're cancer free now. How strict you were with your body. I
Mhm.
remember a time you came to our house. I had to go buy everything organic, make that gruel shit.
Yeah.
I think it was like over $200 worth of stuff. I made that gruel for you because you were so paranoid about what was going into your body. Then I see you on your other podcast smoking dope. I wanted to throw up.
Why?
I will never watch that doozy again
Why did it make you want to throw up?
because marijuana smoke into your lungs. You're
Mhm.
just giving yourself another chance to get cancer.
That's
My
not right.
opinion.
There has been no
Oh,
causal study that can show any link between marijuana and cancer.
okay.
All right, Dad, what drugs have you done?
Jeez.
A lot? Is that what that
Oh.
means?
Yeah,
And
what
I've
does that
never-
mean?
And I've never even
Heroin.
smoked a cigarette. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
We talked about that
I
yesterday.
drink beer.
He drinks beer.
I take my prescription
He
drugs,
takes all of his
diabetes.
diabetes drugs.
Okay.
and Mom made me take that marijuana shit once.
Okay.
He had to do a gummy once and it didn't help
Right.
him.
All right, Haley, what drugs have you done?
Be honest.
Alcohol. Can I answer? Alcohol, but I'm not like a regular drinker. It's usually like maybe twice a year. I'll just go get fucked up with my friends. That's it.
Sure, okay.
I make mom get me gummies and oil. So weed. I've never done hallucinogenics.
Mm.
I smoked a cigarette once.
God, nasty.
And like I've had ACL surgery, so I think they prescribed me. It was either hydrocodone or OxyContin. I'm not sure.
I got
but
hydrocodone. I still have some. I use
yeah,
it
it might be
recreationally
hydrocodone.
here and there.
But that's it. Like ibuprofen, whatever.
Yeah. All right. I myself have drank. I don't know what the proper thing is, but I have imbibed alcohol. I have smoked and ingested marijuana. I have eaten mushrooms. I have done
Terrible.
MDMA.
You know
Oh,
what's
and
scary?
or hydrocodone. That's it. Those are the drugs I've done.
I'll tell you what's going to be scary.
Yeah.
When you smoke a joint or whatever you do, whatever you call it, and there's some fentanyl in there. More and
What?
more of
That's
that.
not.
I'm
That's
100% certain there's never going to be fentanyl in my weed.
How?
When you
Why
buy
would
it
they
from a
put it in there?
dispensary, yeah, when you buy it from a dispensary, like it's regulated. That's medical grade. There's nothing weird in it.
Anyways, I asked this question because I think like mushrooms, specifically MDMA to some degree. I'm probably going to do DMT very soon.
What is
as soon
that
as I
shit
can
you're
get
even
it.
talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms,
MD whatever? What?
There are
MDMA.
people who use it to like microdose to like get through life.
Yeah.
Lots of people are now microdosing
Get
with
through life.
mushrooms.
What kind of pussies are
Yeah.
we talking
Like
about?
what? You eat them?
Yes.
What is it?
MDMA is a pill. It's like also known as ecstasy or Molly.
And you're doing that, Chad?
I have done it. I don't do it. I haven't done it in fucking a decade probably, but I'm simply saying these drugs
Oh
that
my
are
God. I just want to cry. Here.
Why is she crying?
I don't want 'em.
What
That's
is
not-
wrong? Mom, what is wrong? What's going on? My mom is not.
Why would you take drugs, Chad, like that?
Because I believe there are altered states of human perception that can teach you things, that you can learn things about yourself,
You're
about
a
humanity, all this
moron.
kind of stuff. What'd he say?
He doesn't do these on the regular. He
You're a
literally just said it's
moron.
been over a decade.
All right, I'm a moron, my dad says. Great. How can you possibly know what the effect of these drugs are without doing them yourself?
Why would you want to?
To
When they're not
expand
supposed
my
to be in your
consciousness.
body anyway.
What's
they're not
that?
supposed to be they're not supposed to be in your body anyway.
I thought you believed in God.
Did a doctor prescribe that for you?
Yeah, the doctor was God.
Did a doctor say, Chad, go take mushrooms or whatever that DM, whatever it is?
No.
No.
Why is a doctor now the final authority? These are particles. These are molecules that exist on planet Earth.
For you to take it, not just for fun.
Yeah, there's a medical reason to
I
take
didn't
it,
do
not
it
just for fun.
It
to
wasn't
blow
just
your
for
mind
fun.
out. What was it for?
To expand my understanding of reality. And I
Okay, that's
believe
for
that
fun.
these compounds can do that.
You're a moron.
You're a moron, Dad said still.
In what way am I a moron for doing this?
Why would you do that? What if it would like make your brain like worse?
You don't know.
It
side
didn't.
You don't,
It made it a lot
side
better.
effects. Side effects.
Right. I'm saying there were none. It didn't do that. I'm fine.
How do you know? Might take 10 years.
Wow.
Well, we'll find out in 10 years. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
Nothing's
then
happened.
there's the moron.
Okay. Well, I was just curious to ask because I know you guys
Case
have a
closed.
hard
You're
and
a moron.
irrational kind of attitude against what you perceive to be drugs, but you will take them yourselves. Dad drinks beer constantly. Alcohol is one of the worst drugs
No,
on
he
planet
doesn't
Earth.
drink beer constantly. He can't.
Or he used to. Sorry, he used
has
to.
diabetes.
He used to, of course. Nonetheless, I was just curious if you guys had ever done anything else, but I guess not.
God, no.
All right.
Stupid.
Would you ever want to eat mushrooms with me sometime?
Fuck you, Chad. Think you know the
Why?
answer to
Why
that.
are you so angry at that?
Why would I put something like that into my body? And
Because it
I
can
raised you guys
expand
not
your
to do
consciousness.
drugs. I raised you both not to do drugs
Yeah.
and not to put shit like that in your body. Here, you are supposed to be role models for Roman, Willow, and Harper Lou.
Don't rope me into. I'm not doing hallucinogenics. Okay, I'm putting things in my body that you put in your own body. You can't yell at me. I didn't
which
do it.
they
You can yell at me all you
maybe
want.
listen to this.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
The reason to do it also is because it, at least in my experiences, but I mean, this is like well documented. Most other people have some kind of experience like this as well. You get a broader sense of fundamental reality of what humanity is, and it gives you, hear me out here, a lot more empathy for other people
Oh,
because you see everything as connected, and at least I saw it that way. And you come out of that experience knowing a lot more about yourself and kind of how you fit into the grander picture of humanity. It makes it much more difficult for you, I think, to have an attitude like Dad does, which is kill everybody that isn't me.
There's too many fucking people.
Right.
He
Well,
said
you
there's
might
too
not
many
feel like
people.
that after eating a couple of caps of mushrooms. That's why I
No,
invite
there
you to
are
do it
too
with me.
many fucking people for our planet.
Yeah, there's
We've got to kill them.
okay.
Okay. Well, I was just putting it out there, but I guess the offer has been rejected. Let's move on. Our third topic is the Hunter Biden testimony. Republicans questioned Hunter Biden last Wednesday in an interview that lasted more than 6 hours as they hunted for evidence to try and impeach his father. They quickly released a 229-page transcript of the interview, which depicts Hunter Biden as eager to confront GOP lawmakers.
It's just arguments. It's no fun.
What is he saying?
He said we're
Okay,
just
this podcast
arguing.
has turned to shit,
We're
and it's
arguing.
no longer any fun.
He said we're arguing.
It's at will. You can walk off into the distance or go out backyard, whatever you want to do.
I'm
I
finishing.
think I did.
I'm finishing. Be quiet. Go.
All right. Hunter Biden was eager to confront GOP lawmakers over their accusations that he and his father had committed wrongdoing through his international business deals. Throughout the interview, Biden maintained that his father had never been involved in his business deals and insisted that blame for his misdeeds should not fall on his father. Addressing one of the most attention-grabbing bits of evidence the Republican inquiry has produced, he offered an innocent explanation for a text from 2017 that read, "I am sitting here with my father, and we would like to know why the commitment has not been fulfilled." Hunter Biden said he did not remember sending such a message, but that if he had, he must have been either high or drunk at the time, and that his father was not actually in the room. Hunter Biden defended the large sums of money he sent to various family members by saying that he is cheap, and the larger sums saved him money on wire transfers. Biden also blasted Republicans for not subjecting former President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who has substantial international business dealings, to the same scrutiny, saying, "Unlike Jared Kushner, I've never received money from a foreign government. When Jared Kushner flies over to Saudi Arabia, picks up $2 billion and comes back and puts it in his pocket, okay? And he's running for president of the United States. You guys have any problem with that?" To which the Republicans remained silent and then changed the subject. Mom, do you have any problem with Jared Kushner taking Saudi Arabian money?
That was after he wasn't. Trump wasn't even president then.
We're not.
It was like a couple months after, and we were not at war with that country. Okay.
Okay. So no problem with it.
We're at war with China. That's right.
No,
and
we're not.
that's well with the
Yeah,
big
we
guy. The big guy
No, we're
taking
not.
money.
Yeah, we are.
We've
Saudi
You're too
Arabia.
stupid to know it.
Okay, we've been in
Saudi
war with
Arabia
China
launched
forever.
2 airplanes into, or I guess multiple 3 airplanes into the World Trade Center and into the Pentagon. And then we launched a war with the Middle East, not specifically Saudi Arabia, but
And that's
Saudis
over.
were behind 9/11. We know that now.
That's over.
Okay. Haley, do you have any problem with Jared Kushner taking Saudi Arabian money?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of don't care about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden anymore. I kind of don't like if they went to prison, I wouldn't really fucking care, but I would like to see Donald Trump and Jared Kushner and everyone else involved in prison as well. I think
Oh.
just lock them all up.
Who did the cocaine in the White House? No
We
one
don't
ever
know.
told me that one.
We don't know.
Yeah. No, and they let it go. They don't give a shit. They let it go.
What are they supposed
Illegal
to do?
drugs in the White House. Who the fuck cares? Who did it?
Donald Trump has raped people.
Oh God. Oh my God.
When's that been proven?
It was proven last year in a court of law. Do you think,
No, it
Mom,
wasn't.
Biden
Just-
did enough here to defend himself? Hunter Biden, I mean, in this hearing.
If he just would have went in there and said 2 words, yeah, he's going to get off. They're going to let him off.
But
this
they are the
is-
Republicans. They're the ones who are doing this inquiry.
Yeah, he will get off no matter what he says, no matter
No,
what he
because
does.
The DOJ has to prosecute
Yeah.
him, and they will
Yeah,
not.
the DOJ will not prosecute him. He will get off. This will go nowhere, just like
Right.
who did the cocaine. Who cares? They don't care.
Yeah.
No
Um,
one cares for the truth anymore. No one cares to find out.
mhm.
Um, our country's
But
screwed.
but you think that that's only coming from the Democrat side. You don't believe that the same attitude is on the Republican side?
I think from the Democrats. Yeah.
Interesting. As I see it, and I agree with you, I don't think that the Democrats really care about the truth. I also don't think the Republicans do. I think it is really now down to we're on this side, you're on that side. Who can win in a game of lying, in a game of hiding money, in a game of getting off with whatever the legal charges are? I think that really is what American politics is now. The truth is completely gone from both sides.
Yep. That's why it's very scary.
Haley, do you think anything will come from this hearing at all, other than what is going on right now, just a conversation about it?
Mm-mm.
Probably not. No.
Right.
No. I mean, like, it's the president's son. Nothing's gonna happen. When you're president, you get away with it. You get away with everything.
During
Yeah.
the last debate, when Donald Trump was up there with Biden talking about the laptop,
Wait, what
Biden was
debate?
like,
You're talking about 2020, the one leading into 2020?
yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
Trump brought up that laptop, and Biden was like, "Oh, that's a lie. What are you talking about?"
Hmm.
Swept under the rug, but it's all true.
Like, none of it matters anymore. I mean, Donald Trump, like you said, was
It doesn't matter.
he is guilty of raping a woman.
Why doesn't it
Had
matter?
to pay her money, and nobody
Why
gives a shit.
doesn't it matter?
Why doesn't it matter? Dad said.
You tell me. Why doesn't
It
it fucking
doesn't.
matter?
So what matters is like Donald Trump has to pay what billions to that weird lady that has the cat named Vagina when he never met her. He didn't even know the woman. And they can take someone like that to court and prosecute them. Does that matter?
No.
What?
I mean, I don't know where you're getting any of this information about why you think that she's lying, but clearly you think she's lying.
Has
We've
Donald
seen
Trump said he
Other
never
people-
met her?
And we've seen
Great.
her on TV.
Mhm.
So someone is lying there, right? The truth is being obfuscated. Trump says, I don't know who this is. This woman says you raped me. What is the truth there? Do you believe one of the sides? If so, it means you don't believe the other side. Are you somewhere in the middle? This is what I'm saying
believe-
about, like,
I
this
believe
applies to American politics too. You have
Yeah,
two
no
sides. You have two teams. I know there's a third party now trying to emerge with like Joe Lieberman at its head and stuff. It will do nothing. Third parties in this country, at least during my lifetime, have had no ability to gain ground or take foothold. So you have these two sides, each presenting an idea. The left is presenting the idea that Donald Trump is a ruthless dictator who will wipe out all American culture, any kind of equality for any marginalized group. The right is painting a picture of there are fucking millions of illegal criminals pouring in through the borders, and they're going to kill
There
you
are.
all, and your
There
guns
are.
are going to get taken away. And
There are.
unless Donald Trump is, raised to ascendancy, and Trump himself is saying, I want to be a dictator. And I believe I should be able to jail or kill my political opponents. He's saying
No,
that
he
out
wants
loud.
to make America great again.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Those are the facts, and you refute them. You say, no, no, no. He wants to make America great again. You have already believed into that side story. So anything that contradicts it, unless that contradiction comes from Trump himself, which he does constantly, he can rewrite whatever the party line is constantly. Unless that happens, you're against anything that is outside the ideology of the team you're on. And for the most part, the left is the exact same way. I have
Well,
many friends that
what
But the
what
woman
I
has no
see
credibility.
what I see on all channels, we just
Yeah.
don't watch Newsmax. You've seen Biden. He can't effing talk, Chad.
I agree.
He stumbles up and down steps.
I have
Now-
never
now
disagreed with
that
you on
should
this.
be our president.
No, I don't think so. I don't like Biden for
Okay,
president
then
either.
the people that back him are Democrats,
Yes,
and
this
they're
is the
allowing
reason.
this.
Look, that's their own horrible political strategy, in my opinion. I as a voter, as somebody who generally votes Democrat, of course I'm not this year per my agreement to Dad for his birthday, but as somebody who generally votes Democrat,
I need a
I
picture
have
of that
no
ballot, by the way.
control over who they put up for presidential candidacy. He's an incumbent president. I think they probably think it would look weak if they didn't let him run again, blah, 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 blah. But yes, the man is a walking corpse. It is laughable when you see him on TV every fucking time now. It's like hard to look at. He
I
should not
think
be
they're
the
gonna hook
candidate.
him. They'll hook him. They're gonna put someone else up. They
Super
won't let him
Tuesday is
run.
right around the corner. There's no
I-
time to do this.
I don't know. Big Mike, your governor. I don't know. Somebody.
There's no time to do it. But I want you to like take to account what I'm saying here. Because you and Dad both think we're like on the opposite side. I also hate Joe Biden.
Huh.
Well, you're not on our side because you also hate Donald Trump.
You also hate
That's
Donald Trump,
correct.
though.
So
Mhm.
what?
So fuck
But
you.
that's what I'm talking about. So fuck you, exactly. So these are your own children you're talking to in this manner, simply because we don't want to vote for the same person you're voting for. It
That's
runs
right.
deeper than that. It's not just about voting. It's about this ideology that's like if you don't believe every exact thing we believe on this side of this fucking weird line that's running down the middle of America, then fuck you. You deserve to die.
Correct.
I don't think it's that. No.
No, but Dad does. And I think Dad's opinion is like I mean, I have no formal evidence of this, but I think his opinion is probably pretty close to the average Trump supporter opinion.
We are average. There are people worse than us, Chad.
I know.
There are people worse. If
That's why I'm
Donald
saying
Trump
average.
is not elected, there will be a civil war or some type of a war to take the country back. There will be. People aren't going to just let
I mean, I feel like
Sleepy Joe.
conversely, if he is elected, there is going to be some kind of fucking movement because they will
Giant
start stripping
protests.
everyone of their fucking rights.
Yeah.
And so you think it's all one-sided that MAGA is going to just annihilate people, but I
MAGA.
think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think there are enough people that are going to be angry if Donald Trump is elected because shit
Okay,
will
that's
fucking
true.
drastically change
You gonna
and
shoot?
they're going to come for blood.
I'll shoot at you.
Okay. So if we're divided,
Imagine a
like,
world where like not only we can't get abortions, but now women cannot get contraception, women cannot get IVF. We have literally no reproductive health rights in this country. So women are coming for you. Imagine being LGBTQ plus. You're married for 20
I'll
years. Now
shoot
all of a sudden you're not fucking married. We're coming for you.
okay.
you're not.
So if we are this divided, then you'll come and shoot me and Dad?
No,
No, for the
that's
government.
you.
We will come
For the
shoot you.
government.
Yeah, Dad wants to kill people. We don't want to kill
I
anyone.
don't want to kill people. I want
Then you
the
can't win.
government fucking overthrown.
You can't win.
Then
the war.
how are you going to make that
How are
happen?
you gonna win the war? if
You
don't kill?
protest en masse.
You
How are you
Like
protest.
gonna kill?
do people don't
No
matter
killing,
anymore, right?
no
Like
win.
that is democracy. It's majority fucking rules type shit.
Fuck
Nobody
democracy.
is listening to the people because the Supreme Court is fully stacked and they don't fucking give a shit. The majority
you-
of people in this country believe in abortion, but because the Supreme Court
She's
doesn't,
back to doing
we
nothing.
aren't allowed that. Yeah,
Haley,
I'm back to
you
doing
don't
that because
do
I'm a
a
fucking
fucking
woman.
thing. You'll sit there and run your mouth.
Hmm.
We will fight.
As
You
will you.
not.
As will you. Your old ass isn't going anywhere to fucking kill anybody. You're full of shit. So I mean, we can play this game all day long. You're not doing shit.
I haven't lost.
We haven't lost it.
And if you
we
did, you
lose,
still
I'll
wouldn't
be
do
doing
shit. Like you
I
with your
will
fucking
move.
howdy doody in the goddamn streets. You're not doing that. You're full of shit.
I'm going to move. I will move if
I'm
you,
gonna
I'll-
kill people.
Dad will stay and kill and I'll move
Where will you move to?
to where the butterflies are in Mexico.
All right.
Huh.
Well, we have one topic. Let's see if we can get to it quickly here.
I'm not.
Trump and Biden at the border. Biden and Trump both visited the southern border of America last Thursday, delivering differing messages on how they plan to address the influx of illegal immigrants. But is this something most U.S. citizens actually care about? According to February polling from Gallup, more American adults thought immigration is the most important problem facing the country than other issues, but that concern was driven mostly by Republicans. The poll found that 28% of Americans overall said immigration is the United States' most important problem, up from 20% in January and 9% last August in their polling. But there has been little movement among Democrats, only 10% of whom cited immigration as the most important problem in the February poll and 9% in January. By contrast, 57% of Republicans did. up from 37% in Gallup's January polling. A separate poll by Quinnipiac University released in February found that immigration was only third ranked as the most important problem among registered voters, behind preserving democracy in the United States and the economy. Mom, is the border and immigration your number one political issue this voting cycle?
I would say yes.
Is Dad still there?
No,
Is it
he
for
will
him?
be back in a minute.
Do you know if it is for him or not?
I would think it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Haley, is it your most important issue?
No,
It is
no.
It is
It's
not
not
mine
even,
either.
it's like a non-issue. Yeah, it's like a
I agree.
non-issue for me. I don't really give a shit.
So why is it, do you think, Mom, so important to Republicans?
I think
The border will
I
be
think-
the most important issue of this election.
For
okay,
Republicans?
I think for everyone.
No, I
Th-
just read you
there-
the
No.
stats. Democrats don't give a shit
For
about
me,
this.
it's democracy. For
Well,
me,
you're in
it's
the
literal
minority.
fucking democracy.
Yes, I agree. As I said, in this thing, look, a separate poll by Quinnipiac University released in February found that
Quinnipiac
immigration was only the
University,
third
blow it
ranked
out
most
your ass.
important problem among registered voters, behind democracy and the economy. So it is not the most important issue nationwide, but it is the most important
Yes,
issue
it
for Republicans. Why do you think that is?
Because I believe that the people in our United States should be, that they should have benefits over illegals that are not even coming into our country the right way.
Mhm.
And that are criminals.
And our criminals and crimes up, they're murdering people left and right.
Mhm.
I believe to help our people before we do illegals.
Okay. Haley, why do you think it is the most important issue to Republicans?
I suppose it keeps them scared. And then when you're scared, you're going to vote for the person who's going to, in quotes, build the wall and fucking kill all the
protect
illegals.
you.
So
Scared.
yeah,
I'm not scared of Haley and Chad.
it's like the biggest
They're
fear
scared.
factor that they can hit that side
I
with.
can't hear a word he's saying because he's not
I know.
near the
How
mic.
about the little kids that come over the border with numbers on them? Because the cartel has given them a number. They've put it on magic marker, and then on the other side, the sex traffickers match up the numbers and grab the kids. Is that okay, Haley?
No, that's never okay. All these
Okay.
things that you bring about, none of it is okay.
So the border's not an issue with you?
It's not. It's honestly like not even a thought when it comes to voting. No, it's not.
And it's not an issue that in New York, when the illegals come up there, they give them a $5,000 credit card of our government money and cell phones.
Where are you getting all this information?
And hotels. And
Lester the molester.
they're kicking people out of houses now to give to illegals.
Lester Holt.
CBS News, Max News.
So that your number one issue is immigration because they're kicking people out of their houses in New York and giving them
Because they're
$5,000
taking
Amazon
away,
They're
taking away
killing
things that
us.
Americans should have
And
first.
they're killing us.
Homeless people.
That is
help,
Donald Trump.
Veterans need
Donald
help.
Donald Trump's agenda is to take away all of our fucking rights.
No,
Oh my God.
that's wrong.
You guys,
The
we're just
Supreme
not,
Court is already doing it.
we're not
they're
on the same
already
page
doing it.
anymore.
Supreme Court. That's not Donald Trump.
It
Not on the-
is.
No.
It's
Well, we will
Obama for not
see.
filling those fucking chairs. It's Donald Trump for filling them with fucking assholes. It's 100%.
That's why we got DEI all over the fucking place.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we had a pretty heated episode today, but that brings us to a conclusion.
Yada, yada, yada.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. And although we had this heated conversation, although we came to blows a couple of times, although our father threatened to kill us, we must say, Mom, I love you. Dad, wherever you are, I do love you, despite the fact that you would kill me. And Haley, I love you, of course.
In a war, you can bet on it.
Wow. All right. Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Chad, I love you.
I love all three of you, but it's getting tough.
Chad, love you. Haley, I love you. Bob, I love you. And let's put it into perspective.
Sure.
Dad is 70. He'll live to be 80, maybe. And I will too. So we got 10 more years, maybe.
Mhm.
You come to see us once a year. Adios, amigos.
Jesus, the darkness. We're ending this one very dark, Mom. Are you
I'm
okay?
not in a good mood.
Why?
Just not. 10 more times. See you next
You
time.
and your dope.
What? I'm gonna
What?
literally see you in a week. What?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace out.